Brendan Carr is the chairman of the FCC, that's the Federal Communications Commission, and he is, on Saturday, threatening to punish any news organization that runs hoaxes and news distortions when it comes to reporting on this war in Iran. He is saying that they are being unfair to the president. He says, as chairman of the FCC, I can revoke broadcasters' licenses if I feel their coverage of the war isn't fair, if there's liberal bias. He said the law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in the public interest, and they will lose their licenses if they do not. The FCC cracking down on truthful reporting of the war in Iran. And we begin with the human toll that Trump's war of choice in the Middle East has taken. Iran is reporting more than 1,255 have been killed, more than 12,000 injured. But those numbers are reportedly much higher, since the Iranian government is probably suppressing the full count. 634 have been killed in Lebanon, more than 1,500 injured as Israel's bombing campaign targeting Hezbollah continues. 26 dead in Iraq. The U.S. Embassy in Iraq hit twice on Saturday. 14 dead in Israel, 17 dead in the Gulf states of Kuwait, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Oman, and 7 U.S. soldiers killed by Iranian missiles. Another 6 American soldiers were killed when an Air Force tanker crashed. More on that in a second. The BBC reporting 3.2 million Iranians are homeless tonight, thanks to the joint U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign. An estimated 760,000 people in Lebanon have been forced to flee their homes. All this because Donald Trump, seen here staring at a solar eclipse without glasses, Donald Trump, the man who said people should inject their bodies with bleach to kill the COVID virus, Donald Trump, who attempted to overthrow the government of the United States after losing the 2020 presidential election, Donald Trump is now running the most powerful military in the history of civilization. And because Donald Trump is a deranged racist, Donald Trump is learning way too late that America's $4 million interceptors are no match for Iran's limitless swarms of $20,000 suicide drones. Donald Trump is learning that the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil flows from, it can't reopen until Iran says it can, or the American military engages in deadly naval warfare that puts our entire military at risk. Donald Trump tonight is now saying it is the responsibility of every country that relies on oil from the Persian Gulf to clean up the mess he created. He is now saying other countries should send their warships to the region and fight the battle to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, while he says the United States would, quote, help a lot, he said. This despite the entire world warning Donald Trump not to attack Iran. Our allies, Germany, Great Britain, said, don't do it. Trump said, I don't need anybody. And now he's learning even the world's most powerful military has its limits, especially when it's going up against a country that needs to win. Iran needs this. The United States doesn't. Trump's own chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan King, told him a week before the attacks, don't do it. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff warned that America doesn't have enough munitions. He warned the president, we can't do this alone. We need our allies. Trump ignored him as well. Now, I don't know how this ends. boots on the ground, naval warfare in the Strait of Hormuz is going to be an impossible sell to the American people. This already is the most unpopular war in American history. Donald Trump thought he could bomb Iran like he did last June, declare victory, get a bump in the polls, and go on to win the midterms. But as they say, wars are far easier to start than to finish, especially when you have a lunatic like Donald Trump as our commander-in-chief.